He had only ever asked for one thing: to be left alone with his land. But fate, greed, and power had other plans. This is the story of a man who lost everything, and then built something far greater than anyone ever expected. A story of loss, resilience, and poetic justice. This is the true story of how a local farmer became the CEO of the very company that stole from him. Isaac Nwoke was a simple man. Born in the dusty hills of southeastern Nigeria, his life had been as predictable as the rising sun. Wake up. Feed the goats. Check the cassava fields. Watch the skies. His family had owned the land for generations, over 40 acres of rich, dark soil bordered by a small river and dense clusters of palm trees. He called it Yoruba, the land of plenty. This land, it fed us, clothed us, gave us dignity. I never imagined it could also be the thing that nearly destroyed me. In 2014, whispers started traveling through the village like wildfire. A company, Golden Meridian Developers, had bought out nearby properties. Hotels, estates, shopping plazas. Isaac wasn't worried at first. He had no intentions of selling. But Golden Meridian had a reputation and a pattern. Soon, other farmers started receiving eviction notices, and one day, a letter came for Isaac too. A glossy envelope. A letterhead in gold ink. Inside was a notice of reacquisition due to dormant land allocation. A lie. Isaac's land, they claimed, had been classified as state-owned, pending reassignment for urban renewal. Mr. Nwoke, the land records have changed. There's nothing I can do. The allocation came from above. Just like that, decades of family history vanished, reduced to a file, a stamp, and a cruel smirk. Isaac didn't go quietly. With every naira he had, he hired a small-time lawyer. They filed an injunction. They sued for unlawful possession. But every court date seemed rigged. Documents went missing. The case was delayed, again and again. For 2 years he fought. Lost crops. Lost money. But he held on to one thing: his belief in justice. Even if the law has forgotten us, God hasn't. But then came the final blow. Golden Meridian moved in with trucks and cranes, without a court ruling. They flattened his farmland and poured concrete over his father's grave. Isaac collapsed that day. But grief has a strange way of sharpening the soul. And Isaac's fire had only just been lit. With nowhere to go, Isaac left the village. He moved to Lagos. Took a job as a night security guard at, you guessed it, another real estate firm. For 3 years, he watched from the shadows, silent, observant. He began reading books. Business books. Legal texts. Property law. Every break time he studied. Every night he asked questions. He was planting again, but this time, in his mind. One night fate stepped in. Her name was Amaka. A mid-level operations manager with a tired smile and a soft voice. She'd forgotten her laptop in the office and Isaac, ever vigilant, offered to escort her back. They got talking. When she learned about his background and his story, she was stunned. You know more about real estate law than some of our interns. You ever thought of working inside, not outside? She referred him for a trainee administrative role. It paid less, but it was a step up. Isaac was 48 years old and an intern, but he didn't care. He was back in the game. Within 2 years, Isaac had risen to project supervisor. By 2022, he was head of compliance. Then, something strange happened. The company he worked for, Blue Rock Housing Ltd., merged with another firm that was struggling financially. That firm? Golden Meridian Developers. The same company that stole his land was now under his microscope. And Isaac? He knew every skeleton in their closet. With every report Isaac submitted, the cracks in Golden Meridian widened. He exposed illegal acquisitions, fraudulent audits, unapproved projects. Whistleblowing became his weapon. The parent company had no choice but to restructure. Guess who they asked to lead the restructuring team? Isaac Nwoke. In 2023, Isaac became acting CEO of Golden Meridian Developers. The man they tried to silence now had the final word. The first thing he did, he returned to the village. The concrete? Broken down. The graves? Restored. The land? Reforested. He didn't rebuild the farmland. He built a learning center for rural youth, offering free training in property rights, entrepreneurship, and land law. They can take your land, but they can't take your will to rise. Isaac now leads an NGO focused on helping displaced farmers across West Africa. He's been invited to speak at universities, featured in newspapers, and honored by international agencies. But he still says the greatest honor is walking through the park he built, hearing laughter where there used to be silence. Sometimes, justice comes quietly. Sometimes, it comes through fire. And sometimes, it comes with a name tag that reads CEO. If you were moved by this story, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Because here, real tales always unfold.